A pleasant day. I hope as you watch this video, you have decided or chosen your research area, research topic, and a working title. Because today, we will tackle the elements in writing an effective introduction. To begin, let us do some mind-boggling exercise. I have here an example of my published paper in Manila Journal of Science of De La Salle State University, Philippines. I cut some of the portions and I want you to arrange it based on your perceived correct sequence. What should comes first? Is it portion A, B, C, D, or portion E? Here's the correct sequence based on the published article. Letter C, letter B, D, A, and E. With this sequence, you might ask why and how. From the book of Buena 2016, with similar approach in the website of Edu Birdie 2020, a research introduction must start with general statement of the problem area, followed by context and background, then stating your rationale and hypothesis, and explain why your research is important and provide the research gap. For better understanding, let us discuss each of the elements. First, general statement of the problem area or introduction of your topic. Begin with your research area, what the world says about your topic. State your topic and add some connected topic issues. Let us go back to the example. I started writing my introduction by stating my research area, which is science. Across countries, science has the highest units when it comes to grading system. Then I add some issue that bothers me a lot, which begins with the statement, however. Next is to create some context or background. How can you create some context or background? First, provide evidence by reviewing literature. In this example, I cited reference which supports my general statement of a problem area, which is again science. In the literature review, place the study within the larger context of the scholarly literature and reach out to specific reader. Some starts from the reviews published in paper, international, national, and local. Another thing in creating some context or background of your introduction is through extensive foundation of the problem. Through stating facts. You may refer to existing policies, programs, etc. relevant to your research at hand. As shown in this example, since I talk about science, which is my research area, and mention specific topic about failure in learning science, I started extensive foundation of the problem through citing provision in the Philippine Constitution. Next element is to state your rationale and hypothesis by including first the status of the locale, as shown in the first sentence. Then, state your claim or your hypothesis or your stand, as shown in the second sentence, which starts with the word maybe. After, support your claim as stated in the last paragraph of this example. Finally, explain why your research is important and provide a research gap. How? First, state the significance of your study, as shown in the first sentence of this example. Then, the research gap. According to Inago Academy 2019, it is a portion of your introduction which missing information limits the ability to reach conclusion for a question. For example, is the second sentence here in the box. Let us apply what you've learned in the previous slides. Let us arrange the introduction of the study of Once et al. 2019, published in the Countryside Development Research Journal of Summer State University. What could be the arrangement to to make it an effective introduction. Let us start finding the first element, which is the general statement of the problem area or introduction of your topic. What letter could it be? The answer is letter B. Letter B is the general statement of the problem area or introduction of your topic because it talks about the Philippine setting as a whole and the research area, which is poverty. Next is creating background. Which of these could be an example of providing context or background through evidence? The answer here is letter E, because it provides statistics of the presented problem area, which is poverty. Another is the extensive foundation of the problem, which is letter F. Usually we cite program, provisions, policies, etc. Here, the author cited about Millennium Development Goals. After the context or background, we have the rationale and your hypothesis. Letter C is an example of rationale and and hypothesis. The first claim here says, popularity of the program does not necessarily mean that it has a lasting impact on the welfare of the poor. Another here is letter A. The claim here says, there is a high incidence of poverty even there is a presence of the Poor Peace Program. Finally, the last essential part is the significance of the study and the research gap as shown in this box. Here, we have another tips before you start writing your introduction. You need to outline first the elements of an effective introduction by presenting it in a tabular form. I have here a working title, Causes of Population Growth in the Philippine Poorest Communities in Summer in the poorest I mean Causes of Population Growth in the Poorest Communities in Summer Philippines. I have listed the elements in the first column, and in each side or another column are the key points. For example, the research area, the research, the general statement of the problem area or introduction of your topic. The research area here is population growth, and what topic under it is causes of population growth. These key points will help you look for literature in the online references. For example, let's go to Google. Okay, in Google, you search or type Google Scholar because Google Scholar provides various literature studies published in in a journal article form. Okay, for example, your key point here is about population growth and you want to look for a general claim, you can state with review literature plus population growth. Okay. For example, here you can see that there are so many results of the keywords that you type. You can start it opening one of it. Okay. Then you can access now this article. You can read this article and include some of the portion of and paraphrase some of the portion of it and include in your introduction. After each article, make a draft of your references so that you will not go back after writing. For example, you will copy this, then open a new tab. You can use Control N, then go to APA Citation Machine Generator. Okay, here an example. Then get the website. Since this is an example of a journal, okay, you just need to select here in APA Citation Machine a journal, then paste the website and search for journal. Okay, it's the same with what you've typed or searched in the Google Scholar. Then select then click, and you may now create citation, and then copy and paste it on your references drop. This is one of the tips that you need to learn, because this will very helpful, and you will not go back to searching again the references that you used after you have completed your research. Okay, you can do the same on the context or background of the study. Okay, for example, you will going to write again the key points, then search it again in the Google Scholar. Search it again in the Google Scholar. Okay, evidences. Example, you have evidences of population causes. Okay, you can say literature, then causes population drought or cause. Okay, you have causes of population growth. Okay, you can have so on and so forth. Finally, okay, same as with the context or background, provide literature. You can also use other sources such as, aside from Google Scholar, you can have the directory of open access journals or DWAJ. You can search so many literature in this journal. This one. You can just type causes, you can type population growth, then you can search it here. Articles, okay, will come up. You can also um, search it in Philippine e-journal for another sources of literature. Okay, so these are just additional inputs. Okay, let's go back to our slide. Note, according to Bueno, introduction is normally short. It varies from 1 to 4 pages in length. There are no hard and fast rules on how to frame your introduction, just as there is no prescription on how to write an interesting, informative opening paragraph. And a lot depends on your creativity, your ability to think, and the depth of your understanding of problem areas. With this, you are now ready to do the task. Write an introduction of your chosen title following the given elements and sequence by Bueno. Thank you for listening, and I hope you'll subscribe to the next video on the topic, the theoretical anchorage and the statement of the problem or research objectives.